Alright folks, what is up? This is One Big Bugger and I'm coming at you with Euro Truck Simulator 2. We're continuing our run today and excuse me one sec. So you may be asking why no videos for 2 days. I know a lot of you guys are mostly patient. Hey, upload when you can and I really appreciate that. But I really don't like missing a day, let alone 2 days. I apologize. I actually did finally just get done dusting my computer off, so my allergies are making me pay for that. But the reason I haven't uploaded for a couple days is because the past couple days have been a big move for me and Eve. I've been moving from my old corporation, Faultline Industries, which I really uh, appreciated so much in allowing me to stay with them, to spend time growing, learning, becoming in-game rich, basically, or rich enough, and generally having a good time with a good, small, tight-knit group. But I started feeling the need to try and expand into something larger, to be part of something bigger, to get more room to roam, and I believe I have done that in my new corporation called Black Scorpions Inc. This is quite honestly an amazing group as well. In trying to ship all my stuff down, I went through, I tried one shipping corporation, but apparently they don't ship like I thought they did. And two guys who do in-game, who do shipping for the corporation I'm in, actually again, I apologize. I'm going to be sniffing. I can't help it right now. But the corporation I'm in, the guys actually took the time out to jump their freighters across Nullsec to my old station, pick up my stuff, and ship it back to the station we're in now, their home station. And that was truly amazing. Now, of course, they didn't do it for free, but the point is they didn't have to do it at all. You know, because it's a bit dangerous. Even, you know, if you have a jump chain like they do, meaning that you have systems that have these structures that are set up to allow jump freighters to bounce from system to system. Now, the first guy that went had to take his own character, light his own sinos, and do his thing, which I probably should given him more than what I did. They told me to set the contracts, or he told me to set the contracts for 100 million. That covers the cost of the fuel jumping and gives a little bit to the pilots. I actually set them both for 200 million, being very appreciative of the help I was getting. But I could have even given more, honestly. And by the time the second guy said, you know what, I can help you with the other one, because I had 2 big shipments, and by that time I had I trained up the ability to light sino fields, and I went and did that for him so he didn't have to. He only had to move his freighter, which was nerve-wracking for me because you can, if you screw up a sino field, man, it can be real bad. It truly can. To see what can happen is the way the game works is there's no real collision. You just kind of bounce, and you want to light a sino field close enough to a station that I actually forgot to start the 64-bit version of the game. I just realized, but that's okay. I'm just gonna run with it. You want to lie the sino field close enough to the station so that when the freighter jumps in, it can immediately dock up. You know, it can just dock right away, so it can't get shot at. It can't get accidentally pushed off the station by hostiles. And you want to make sure that there's no hostiles in the area. But just for make sure that you minimize all possible problems, you want to light it so where the freighter can dock up right away. But if you light the sino too close to the station, then the game might think that the freighter and the station are actually touching, and depending on how close it is, and depending on where the freighter appears, because where the ship jumps in around your ship is kind of random. The first time he jumped to me, he actually appeared a bit below me. The second time he jumped to me, he appeared directly in front of me. So you gotta make sure you light enough space so that if he appears between you and the station, he's still not gonna bounce out. And I say that because that's exactly what the game will do. If the game thinks that the freighter is too close to the station, then what ends up happening is the freighter will be bounced by the station, will be pushed out by the station. And depending on how close you are, depends on how hard and how fast the freighter will be pushed. Which is really, really, really bad for a jump freighter. So it was a little nerve-wracking for me, but I managed to light both sinos perfectly. The first one with a little help from an old corp mate by the name of Torpid. He helped me get to my old corp's bookmark for sinoing, so I was able to sino in right away. Oh, I'm going 120. I'm like, why haven't I hit 110 yet? Well, I hit 110 alright. Should probably be on high beams, because there's nothing coming. And then the second one I had to set myself. So that was a little nerve-wracking, but all managed to work. All my stuff is in station now. All my stuff has been moved thanks to these two guys, and it's just a matter of time now before I have all my ships fully reassembled and ready to go. I've bought most of what I can in multiple stations that today I actually have to try and run around and pick them all up as far as 18 jumps away. So I need to do that. Oh, I still got my high beams on. What a jerk. Especially seeing how it's coming daylight. Yeah, so I need to do that. And the rest of the stuff I'm going to buy today in Jeddah, including ammunition, and I'm going to send all of that to have that all sent to the station, and that when it gets there, it gets there. I'm pretty sure that I can get ammo for the stuff that I need without too much of a problem, even if it's not the ammo that I need. Basically, I'm going to see what I can get where I am and then get the rest out of Jeddah. That's kind of what I'm aiming for. So I got to assemble all my ships today. I got to run around and pick up everything that I bought so I can do the most assembling possible. And then whatever ship is not finished, I have to mark as unfinished. And alright, I see the speed limit, so if I see a speed camera, I really gotta jam the brake and slow down. Oh well, it doesn't matter. So, yeah, I gotta do all that. So I still got a lot of work to do, but the main hurdle has been passed. I've gotten over having things ship, and the best part is I didn't have to ship them from my station to Jeddah, and then from Jeddah from my old station to Jeddah, and then from Jeddah to my new station. And this move is definitely what I want slash needed. It really, really is. I've gone from being a fairly big fish in a little pond to a little fish in a big pond, and I couldn't be happier right now. I've got tons of space that I can roam versus only 7 systems. I've got 3/4 of one entire system, and I've got, I don't know how much the other system is. It's known as Tribute. I've only been around locally in the area that I've been in, which is known as Branch. So I can roam that. I can roam Tribute, which I haven't tried yet. I'm not restricted to where I can roam, basically, except for a couple places like renter space. There's some areas around that are actually for renters, which is fine. You know, I'm not going to do that. I got no need to. I've got all this extra space that I can roam. And I'm just really stoked about it. I've got a lot of training to do. I was training for a Tengu. I am going to have to change that training around now, because now I need to train 4 ships that are outside of my skill range right now. So I'm going to do and take care of that. And so once that's done, I should be in a really good spot. No problem. So hopefully I'll be able to finish most of it today, and the rest I'll be able to finish when everything shows up, basically, is what I'm looking at. So I'm in a good place right now in terms of Eve. I'm very happy with the decision that I made. I won't lie and say that I don't miss my old court members. But the reality is that most of the court members that I talked to weren't around anymore. As I mentioned before, what? The last speeding ticket, the last sign I saw said 110. I was going even less than that. I must have missed a sign. But yeah, Nox, Mana, Shepard, you know, hardly anyone talks anymore. The only one that was in the corporation from when I started and is still in the corporation today that is active and talks is Torpid. And, you know, I feel bad having left like I did, but On the other hand is I want the opportunities of growing. I want the opportunities of experiencing more. Um, and I had other reasons to leave, which I don't know if I mentioned, but I'm going to now. I'm not going to mention names on this one, but there is a member of my old corporation who never quite sat right with me. From the day he joined, I felt something wrong about him. And about a week ago, he left corporation to go to another corporation and say, oh, I'm going to help a friend. That was his exact words. I'm going to help a friend, and then I'll join back. He went to help a friend, supposedly, left, came back, and then a couple days after he came back, the leader of our corporation gets this mail from the leader of the corporation that he went, and come to find out, he stole almost $2 billion worth of assets, skill books, ships, and all kinds of stuff, ammunition, from the corp that he joined. He scammed them. He scammed them completely. Came back, joined our corporation. When it was found out that he scammed, he was allowed to stay. We're not doing anything against him. And I suppose on the one hand, hey, you know he's a scammer. So, you know, you can protect yourself against that. But on the other hand, like, he was complaining at one point, oh, I've only got 50 million ISK and I need to buy a mining ship. You just stole 1.5 billion worth of stuff, and selling it in Jeet is not difficult. And he's trying to complain that he only has 50 million. And the thing is, through all this time, people had given him plenty of ships. People had given him plenty of stuff. Big ships, small ships, mining ships, ratting ships, all kinds of stuff. People have just constantly given him to helping him, trying to help a new guy out. The fact is that this guy didn't need it all along. And the fact that he's being allowed to stay, just... that was kind of like the final straw. That was the thing that pushed me over the edge alongside everything else that I was thinking. I just, I couldn't take that anymore. You know, there was no way for him to get to my stuff, but I just still was like, nah. If we're gonna harbor someone like that, then I just can't anymore. I'm already like feeling the constraints of being in a smaller corporation, smaller area, and now we've got someone that's known to be a scammer, and I just didn't want to deal with it. Oh, I don't know why I did that. I didn't have to. Again, I apologize for all the sniffing. Oh, stop it. I'm actually having a really nice drive, and I'd like to continue having a really nice drive. Yeah, so far the Iveco here, the high end, not doing so hot in my eyes. The big Volvo, well, first off, it has a smaller tank, a considerably smaller tank than the big Volvo. And second off, as you can see, I just don't get the gas mileage out of it that I do the Volvo. The transmission is geared lower, so I can't achieve my cruising speed without going fairly high in the RPMs there. It actually looks like I get up to about 1600 and then hover between 15 and 1600, or maybe even 17 in order to achieve 110 kilometers versus the Volvo, which is just like right at 1500, maybe a smidge over. I mean, it's doing better. You see, when it gears up, it gets up in the 40s and then it drops down, and that helps a little bit. But overall, the Volvo is, I think, a little bit better on gas mileage, more powerful. Sharp corners. Let's slow it down. I've already had 2 sharp corners where I got a little squirrely. I don't want to do it again. I can't tell you the relief of having all my stuff in station with me where it belongs again. And I actually had to purge, I think I mentioned this, I had to purge a lot of ships. I purged somewhere in the realm of 30, 35 ships out of my hangar. There's a lot of stuff. It was a hell of a lot of stuff. But there will be for a while the pang of leaving my corporation, because you do make friendships and you can't walk away from something like that and not feel a little something, you know. You really can. Oh, it was a feeling, it was definitely a feeling to warp into my old system and see Torpid there. And he was light blue to me rather than green or even dark blue. So yeah, that was something that I definitely wasn't used to. No, you got to do what you got to do. Part of my gas woes, and I'm realizing that. Whoa. Yeah, I'm realizing gas. Whoa. Next gas station I need to visit big time. And part of my gas woes is I'm definitely not used to the engine sound of the Iveco. I still don't know. Is it Iveco, Iveco, Iveco? Either way, part of my problem is I'm not used to the engine sound, so I'm shifting way late, going way up in the revs. Hopefully there's a gas station not too far, or this could turn into trouble. Oh, 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 oh. This thing, even with the tires down, it doesn't brake that well. Jeez. I gotta double check my settings and make sure like all my stuff is on my retarder and my just everything is set to automatic rather than toggle. I think that's a new trailer from the trailer pack I installed, the one with all the barrels. It looks pretty cool. Okay, gas station. Anytime now. Alright, hopefully that's a gas station. There's a sign up ahead that looks like it says it's a gas station. It's a gas station. Phew! I'm not quite ready to rest yet. Where am I in terms of where I'm going? Honestly, I probably could rest. How many more miles do I have? Or kilometers, rather. I apologize. It's kilometers. 568. Yeah, you know, this would be an okay time to stop right here. I know it's going to make this video a little short, but it's better than what would happen to the next video when I actually stop, which would be really, really short. So, we're just going to rest it up here. In other words, the loan came in and I am now negative. That's okay. That's what that mail was, but um, we don't have long to go, and we're going to get paid from this, which is 58,000, and it'll cover everything. It'll be fine. Because I went overboard, you know, making the Iveco high-end truck, so it's fine. So that's going to be me done for this episode, folks. I will try and get another one out tomorrow as well. I know that you all are very patient about it, and I really appreciate that, but I also like to try and get as much out as I can, up to 5 a week. And that's what I'm looking to doing. So hopefully I'll be able to continue doing that. But other than that, this is going to be one big bug I'm asking you. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, and like or dislike if you want down below. Until then, I'm signing out. I'll see you next time.